everyone, Sam here, and I'm back with another fun wiper card. This one is a double tiered wiper. If you're new here, I have already shared triple ones, and this is part of a mini series. So I'm going to be doing some more sizes, different variations, orientations, all that good stuff. This one I shared and I made during a Facebook Live, and I'll have all that linked below. And then this one I made in a previous video. They will all be added into a playlist, and that will be coming up at the end of the video, so you can check that out. But it's a very, very fun style here, and I just want to play around because I've got lots of ideas with this. And also, if you want more inspiration, head over to my Facebook group, Mixed Up Crafters, because there are some very talented ladies and men over there sharing amazing cards, and they have been doing a lot of the triple version. So if you want some more inspiration and you're on Facebook, do go over there. But you don't need any dies. It's really straightforward. I've broken down all of the steps for you, so it is pretty easy to make. So let's get started. So I've used my bubbles embossing folder. I'm not using pattern paper on this card because this one also looks like snow, so you can see all the pieces that I've done there. I've also prepared my envelopes, that's all ready as well. So if you already made these ones, you're going to use the same mechanism again. So you want to cut yourself a piece of 6.5 by 1.5, and I'll go through the scoring in a minute, but then you're also going to cut another piece of 6.5 by 1.5. But you can see they're the same but different. We've got the arrow pointing down here, or the V, and on this one we've got it pointing up. That's the only difference. So with the first one, I've already got mine done here, so I'm just going to go over the templates. So 6.5 by 1.5, and along the 6.5 side, you're going to score at 1, 2 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5.5. You then just want to put a little dent in the cardstock. Next, you want to fold that 3 3/4, okay, and that fold you're going to lay in your scoreboard, and you're going to put another little dent at 1/2 inch, okay. And then when you open it up, that 1/2 inch dent will be here. You'll have that dent there. You want to score and score from the 2 3/4 down to create that V. Okay, so you want yours to look like that. Always make yourself templates. It's really easy that way. Then you're going to do the same with this one in terms of the score lines. So at 1, 2 3/4, 3 3/4, and 5.5. But this time, rather than putting the little dent at 4 3/4 up here, you want to do it at the bottom. So you can just flip your card and just do 4 3/4, and then flip it back over again. You're then again going to fold on the 3 3/4, pop it in here, but this time you're going to put your little dent at 1 inch rather than 1/2 inch. Okay, open it back up, and again you're going to score now from that one down to the 4 3/4 and down to the bottom of the 2 3/4. So really straightforward. Just break that all down and make your templates first, and that way it's easy to follow if you're going to be using like pattern papers and stuff like that. So this is going to go on a 6x6 card blank. So I've just got a store-bought 6x6 there. I've then cut myself a piece of 5 3/4 squared in the white, and I've embossed that, and that's going to go on top. You might have pattern paper instead. Then you want to cut yourself a piece of 4.5 by 6 and 3.5 by 6. These are the two panels that your pop-ups are going to hide behind. So then layer on top of that, again you might be using pattern paper, but this is 4 1/4 by 5 3/4 and 3 1/4 by 5 3/4. So you'll see how that one will sit perfectly over there with a nice border, and then this one. So I'm going to stick that one on that one, that one on that one, and that one onto my card blank, and then we'll go through attaching these. If you want to fold and burnish all of those score lines as well, get that all ready. And then for the V ones, you just want to pinch where you've got your V, just kind of pinch, get it into place, and where you've folded that first, just push that down so it folds like this, and just make sure everything's lined up. Okay, so if you just get all that ready. Okay, so I've got my top fold 6x6 card blank with the matte layer on top. You can have this as a side fold, it will still work, but I think with the height when you pull it up, it may topple, whereas if it's as a top fold, you've got more stability with it. So it's up to you. And then you've got those two panels ready. Next, you want to take these ones here. At this point, it doesn't matter, you know, what orientation they're in, but fold it so that you've got, let's go with this one first. So we've got the slope on the left-hand side. And then when you fold this, you'll find it might overlap that score line there. Rather than giving you like the 1/16 measurements, if you just cut a slither off, fold that one over and it should now be nice and flat. If you get any resistance, just take a little bit off. You just want it to be next to the score line rather than over it. And then I'm going to use the quick grab for, yeah, I'll use quick grab glue here. So I'm just going to cover that whole section and then just fold that over. Just want to make sure everything is nice and parallel and it all sits flush with each other. And then when you open it up, you'll have that shape there. Okay. Okay, and then the next one, this time you're going to have the slope on this side. And it's the same principle, so it's just sitting up to the score line there. So again, I'm just going to take a little slither off. You want to make sure that folds over nicely. Okay, so again, you're going to add your glue all over that section and then fold that over. So they should now look like this. Okay. Okay, before we stick this in, I've cut myself here. Now I'm using acetate because I want the elements to look like they're kind of floating, but this can be cardstock, but it's just under 1, just a little bit, by 2.5. If you want to make them longer, you can, but yeah, just under 1 by 2.5. This is going to stick. So you want it in this orientation. Okay, if I just sit them side by side, see, although they look the same there in terms of the slope, this one you've got the large square, this one you've got your small rectangle, and then your large square with the slope on the bottom. So make sure you're starting with this one first, okay, with that smaller section on top. I'm going to add my little levers before we stick it all in. So I've done, like I said, I've done 2.5, yours can be longer. If you just lift it like that, so that opens up, I'm going to stick this in that bottom section, okay, and then when it comes around, it's going to go like this. So what you can do is just add glue all into that bottom section there, okay, but because I'm using acetate, I'm going to have to use the double-sided tape. Okay, so you can just see where I've added my sticky tape. You're then going to take this, and because it's just under 1, because that section there is 1 inch, so just take it in just under. You're going to stick that up right into that fold with it facing down. It's nice and parallel. Okay, and now if you pull that down, you'll see how that lever moves from being a right angle and then it goes straight. So just take screenshots. Again, make sure you've got your large section, you've got your small bit here. Just really look at, you know, how I've got it here, and just make sure yours is always looking exactly the same. Like this is how we're going to stick it into the card. So we're going to do this a little bit different because of the way that we position it, because this is going to be in the middle here, whereas if it was at the top, you would stick that one down and just stick that over the top, but I want to stick this behind this piece first. So if you take your glue and just cover this section, so where you've got your slope, and then you want to keep it all folded down. The top here is going to line up with the top of that mat layer. So just right up and along the side. Just make sure it's all hidden. Okay. Ignore that I've got glue on the back there. I got a bit ahead of myself. But that's how it should look. Okay. And flip it over, you don't want to see anything. And again, do a little test. So now if I just pull that down, can you see you get the bottom of it sticking out here? And that's going to be perfect because I'm going to be sticking the dash end just there. He's going to look like he's floating. Again, just bring that back up. So now flip it over and you can add your glue to that large section. And now I'm going to stick this in the middle of the card. You've got about 3/4 of an inch at the top and the bottom. And you've got space to add your little pull tab or your little arrow. Okay, so whilst that's drying, you want to take this one, you want it facing just as I've got it here. So I've got the slope on the right hand side. Open this one right up and you're going to add your glue to the bottom one again. So I'm just going to use my tape. And then I've got another piece of acetate that's just under 1 by 2.5. And again, I'm going to sit that in here so it's flush with this side here. You should see it sits nicely into that point. And then again, if you just bring that up, you'll see it will fold into place. Just make sure that does all sit nice. And again, just move that and you'll see how that's going to work. Okay, so again, with it in a right angle position like this, you're going to add your glue all onto that. It's exactly the same as what we've done. We're just working, it's just all flipped basically. Okay, so it looks like this. And then you're going to take the small one and you're going to line up the top of this to the top left hand corner. So that was the top right, this one we're doing the top left. Again, if I flip it over, you can see how that looks. Okay, and now you're going to add your glue all in that big section. And now this one is going to sit in the middle of this piece. So again, so this time you've got 1/2 inch from the top and the bottom. And you can play around with the lengths of this. It doesn't have to be the full 6. You can bring it all in again, like that one. I brought in the sides, that one's the full sides, but you can certainly play around with those measurements. So whilst that's drying, I've got my Merry Christmas, which is going to go right on the front here. And I'm going to have the little cat on the front. And then I've got my little arrow, which I've just taken from my stash. That's going to go behind, but you might have a little bit of card that sticks out and you can stamp or write open on there or pull. So I'm going to stick all that down. Okay, so now you can do a little test. I'm just going to pull that and you can see that one pops down and then that one pops down, which is what we want. And you should be able to display it open. Okay, so I'm going to have the cute robin. He's going to pop out here. And then I'm going to have these two down at the bottom. And I'm going to have my dash end attached there. So you just need to add a little tape behind these parts. So I think that one, if you want it longer, you can. Like I said, we trim that one down. I don't need that to be the full length. So just, you know, trim across there. And then I'm just going to use my tape like so. And remember, every time you stick something on these, just check it closes and everything's hidden and you're happy with how it all looks, because you can easily reposition, especially if you're using acetate. Okay, so this is how it looks, which I'm very pleased with. I think it's lovely. I think it's really fun. However, I didn't like these stuck at the bottom because that's how it looks out of the envelope. I just think it looks a bit odd. So what I'm going to do is stick these under, but on this bit. Don't stick them above, because obviously this won't be able to go in and out, but then you're going to have their little heads popping down, and I actually think that looks quite fun. But you want to make sure that however you stick them, so for example, when this one comes down, you've got 1/2 inch, so I can actually have him coming down, you know, quite a bit more, so he fills that space like that, and then he can come down, but no more than 3/4, because I want to make sure, see, that just hides him. I can just pop that there, but you see it's all hidden. I actually think that looks much nicer in the envelope when they take it out, and then you're just going to have all of that reveal when you open it. So have a little play around, because I think that's really fun. Like I said, these characters obviously aren't really designed to be upside down, but I think it works. And make sure you stick every part of it flat to that, because, you know, when he goes in, he does touch him, but there's going to be nothing there for him to catch. If anything, he's probably catching a little bit on the bubbles, the snowball effect there on the embossing folder, but not enough to, you know, mess up the card at all. So that is the finished card in the envelope. Really pleased with how this one looks now. I think it's best to have everything kind of hidden. But like I said, you might not have these in the middle. You might have them both at the top, you know, like this, just staggered. There's lots of ways to play around with this. So you've got all your space inside there. I'm going to add probably some mats and layers, just make that a bit more decorative. But now when you pull the top, you have 1 and then 2 pop-ups, and you can add to this. You can have more pop-ups. You know, if you want to do this on a 6x8, then just add more tiers. You can have extras, but this is the whole point of this mini series. I'll be playing around with this, so I may well come back to this and add more, but we might do it in a 5x7 or, you know, 8x8. I want to do some big cards with this as well. But how lovely is that? And it does all stand up. Like I said, I think I need to add some bit more structure there, because that's like a 220 and with all the weight there, but you can see that is how it displays open. So it does look really nice. Very, very pleased with the way this one's come together. And like I said, if you want to see this one, this was on a live that I did and it's been very popular. So head over to that, I'll have it linked below. And then this one will be the previous video. So you're going to see how I made that one. So that's 5x7, we've done 6x6, but we are going to do other sizes, different orientations. And yeah, I've got some other ideas. And please go over, if you're on Facebook, join my group, Mixed Up Crafters. because there are fantastic crafters there sharing amazing versions of this. Some of them are really like, I'm amazed. So please go over there because there's just heaps of inspiration and it is such a lovely community. So as always, thank you for watching. All of these will be added into the playlist that will be coming up now. Like I said, a lot of the products I'm using at the moment have sold out, but I want to use my stash. I want to use the things that I've got, and these are Christmas cards that I will be sending out. But I will have alternatives and other links to things below as well, so do go and check all of that out. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today. Like I said, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos, and drop me a comment too. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.